Welcome to Calmheal. Have you ever felt life spinning out of control? Work piling up, thoughts racing, chaos everywhere? I did, until a simple Zen teaching changed everything. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." Intriguing, right? In just 7 days, this wisdom turned my stress into stillness. How? That's what I'll share today. A story of overwhelm, a timeless lesson, and a practice so easy you'll wonder why you hadn't tried it sooner. Curious how chaos can become calm. Let's dive in. Picture this. It's Monday morning in downtown Seattle. Rain taps my office window, my inbox overflows with unread emails, and my phone buzzes nonstop. Deadlines, meetings, demands. I'm a software developer, 32, juggling code and chaos. My mind races, heart pounds, sleep escapes me. Ever been there? That was my life, stuck in a loop of stress, until a friend handed me a worn book on Zenteachings. "Just read this," she said, smiling softly. I rolled my eyes. Another self-help gimmick, I thought. But that night, desperate, I cracked it open. Inside, I found a line from Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. The present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments. Simple, yet it hit me. I'd been living everywhere, but now, worrying about bugs in my code tomorrow, regretting a missed deadline yesterday. What if I just stopped? What if I stayed right here? That's when I decided to try something radical for me. Sitting still, breathing, watching my thoughts like clouds drifting by. Day one was a mess. I sat on my couch, closed my eyes, and my brain screamed. Emails, bills, that presentation I hadn't prepped. But I kept breathing, slow and deep, counting each inhale. 5 minutes felt like forever, yet something shifted. The noise didn't vanish, but it softened, like turning down a radio. I wasn't fighting it anymore. Zen teachings call this non-attachment, not pushing away pain or clinging to joy, just letting it be. For me, it was a lifeline. By day 2, I noticed more. Driving to work, I saw the rain differently. Each drop glistening on my windshield, not just a gray blur. At my desk, I paused before diving into code, took 3 breaths, and started calmer. Was this working? I wasn't sure, but I felt lighter, less tangled in my own head. A Buddhist prayer echoed in my mind. May I be present. May I be at peace. I whispered it, not as religion, but as a reminder. Let's pause here. Think about your day, rushing through traffic, scrolling endlessly, juggling a dozen tasks. Where are you in all that? Zen doesn't demand you quit your job or meditate for hours. It's about small anchors, moments of stillness amid the storm. Try this. Next time you're overwhelmed, stop. Feel your feet on the ground, your breath moving in, out. Notice one thing. A bird outside, the warmth of your coffee mug. That's it. That's where calm begins. Back to my story. Day 3 brought a test. My boss dropped a last-minute project. Code due by Friday, no excuses. Normally, I'd spiral, cursing under my breath, chugging coffee till midnight. This time I sat first. 10 minutes, eyes closed, focusing on my breath. Thoughts came, panic, frustration, but I watched them pass, like leaves on a river. Then I worked, focused, steady. By evening, I'd made progress without the usual meltdown. Zen teachings say, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. I was surfing, sort of. Day 4, I dug deeper. I found another gem from the Buddha. To understand everything is to forgive everything. My chaos wasn't just work. It was me judging myself for not keeping up, for not being perfect. Sitting that night, I let those judgments float by. I wasn't a failure. I was just human. That shift felt like unclenching a fist I'd held for years. Ever tried forgiving yourself? It's hard, but it's freedom. By day 5, coworkers noticed. You're different, one said, squinting at me over lunch. I laughed. Same hoodie, same messy hair. But yeah, something was quieter inside. I shared the breathing trick. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Simple, right? She tried it, grinned. That's kinda nice. It's not magic. It's mindfulness, a core of Zen teachings, grounding you in now. Studies even back this. Just 5 minutes of mindful breathing cuts stress by 20%, says the American Psychological Association. Day 6, I hit a wall. A bug in my code wouldn't budge. Hours slipped by. Frustration crept in. Old me would have slammed my laptop shut. New me sat back, breathed, watched the anger bubble up and fade. I returned to the problem clearer, solved it in 30 minutes. That's the power of pausing. Chaos doesn't own you anymore. A Buddhist prayer lingered. Let go, and the world settles. I was starting to get it. Day 7 arrived, and I woke up calm. Not perfect, not enlightened, just present. Traffic hummed outside. My to-do list loomed, but I wasn't drowning. I sat again, feeling my breath, the cool air on my skin. 7 days ago, I'd been a wreck. Now, I had a tool. Zenteachings didn't erase my problems. They taught me to carry them lightly. Want to try? Sit now. Breathe. Notice. That's the secret. Not out there, but in you. Let's rewind a bit. Before this 7-day shift, I tried everything. Apps promising instant calm, late-night yoga videos, even caffeine detoxes that left me jittery and miserable. Nothing stuck. I'd lie awake, replaying every mistake, every line of code I couldn't fix. My apartment felt like a cage. Dishes piled up, laundry ignored, chaos mirroring my mind. Ever feel that? Like you're running on a treadmill, going nowhere? That's where Zen found me. Not in a temple, but in my messy living room, with a book I almost tossed aside. So, what made this different? It wasn't just the breathing or the quotes. It was the shift in how I saw things. Zen teachings don't promise a perfect life. They offer a new lens. Take day 1 again. After that shaky 5-minute sit, I stood up, looked out my window. Seattle's skyline glowed through the drizzle. Not stunning, just there. But I noticed it. Really noticed. That's mindfulness in action. Not escaping reality, but stepping into it fully. Ever tried that? Looking at something ordinary until it feels alive? Day 2 wasn't all smooth either. I spilled coffee on my keyboard mid-morning. Classic me. Old habits kicked in. I cursed, grabbed a towel, fumed. Then I stopped. Breathed. Watched the anger rise, peak, slip away. I cleaned up, laughed at myself. A Buddhist prayer came back. May I be gentle with myself. Gentle? Me? That was new. But it worked. I didn't carry that spill into my day. Chaos lost a little grip. By day 3, I started experimenting. During a dull meeting, I tuned out the chatter, focused on my breath. Quietly, no one noticed. Time slowed. I heard the rain again, tapping the conference room glass. My boss rambled, but I didn't tense up. Later, I coded with that same focus. Lines flowed, errors shrank. Zen teachings whisper, the mind is a guest house. Let every thought visit, but don't serve it tea. I was learning not to overstay with my worries. Day 4's forgiveness hit harder than I expected. I'd always been my own worst critic. Every bug, every late reply, proof I wasn't enough. Sitting that night, I pictured those thoughts as balloons floating off. Silly, maybe, but it lightened me. I grabbed a journal, wrote, I'm enough right now. Not perfect, just enough. The Buddha's words sank in deeper. Understanding softens everything, even self-doubt. Ever written yourself a kind note? Try it. It's strange, then soothing. Day 5's breathing trick spread. Another coworker asked, what's with you? I showed him, 4 seconds in, for holding, 4 out. We sat by the break room window, breathing together. He chuckled, this is weirdly chill. Weirdly chill. That's Zen in a nutshell. Not robes or chants, just pausing in a busy American life. Studies say mindfulness rewires your brain. Less amygdala firing, more calm. I felt that shift, subtle but real. Day 6 bug battle taught me patience. After solving it, I walked outside, rain soaking my hoodie. Normally, I'd rush indoors. This time, I stood there, felt each drop. A Buddhist prayer surfaced. This moment is enough. Enough? With wet socks and a long commute ahead. Yeah, somehow. Zen doesn't fix the weather, it fixes your fight with it. Ever stood in rain just to feel it? It's oddly freeing. Day 7 wasn't the end, just the beginning. I kept sitting, kept noticing. Traffic wasn't quieter, but I was. My to-do list didn't shrink, but it didn't own me. Zen teachings say the way out is in. I'd spent years running outward. Apps, fixes, distractions. Now I turned in. Found calm there. You can too. Start small. Sit for 1 minute. Feel your breath. Watch one thought drift. That's it. That's the secret I stumbled into, 7 days strong. 7 days felt like a milestone, but life didn't stop testing me. That Monday, I woke to a flat tire, rain-soaked streets, no spare, and a 9 a.m. meeting looming. Old me would have panicked, called it a disaster. This time, I stood there, rain dripping down my hood, and breathed. In, out, slow. I noticed the puddle reflecting streetlights, the sound of tires hissing by. Chaos. Sure, but I wasn't lost in it. Zen teachings say, the obstacle is the path. I called a tow truck, made it to work late, and survived. Calmheal. That week, I leaned harder into this. Sitting became my anchor. 10 minutes each morning, just me and my breath. No candles, no music, just a couch and quiet. Thoughts still barged in. Code I hadn't debugged, groceries I forgot. But I watched them, didn't chase them. A Buddhist prayer surfaced. May I dwell in this moment. Dwell? Not fix or fight. That flipped a switch. I wasn't here to solve life in 10 minutes. I was here to be in it. Ever tried just being? It's simple, but radical. Work got trickier too. A client rejected my project draft. Hours of work scrapped. My stomach knotted, frustration flared. I stepped outside, found a bench, sat. 5 breaths in, 5 out. The anger didn't vanish, but it loosened. Zen Master Dogen wrote, do not think good or bad, just see. I saw. The rejection wasn't me failing. It was a moment passing. I went back, rewrote the draft, sent it off. No spiral. No coffee-fueled rant. Just a quiet reset. That's the Zen secret, letting go without giving up. By midweek, I noticed patterns. Chaos wasn't random. It fed on my reactions. Traffic jams, late buses, endless emails, they hadn't changed. I had. One night, stuck on a crowded subway, I tried something. I closed my eyes, felt my feet on the floor, listened to the hum of voices. A Buddhist prayer whispered, peace is every step. I opened my eyes, saw a kid giggling across the aisle. Not chaos, just life. Ever tried finding peace in a crowd? It's there, waiting. Let's try something together. Right now, wherever you are, pause. Feel your chair, your hands resting, your breath moving. Notice one sound, a fan, a car outside. Don't judge it, just hear it. Take 3 slow breaths. Count them if you want. How's that feel? That's mindfulness, distilled. Zen teachings don't need a monastery. They fit in your pocket, your day. The Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. So what are you thinking right now? Can you soften it? Back to my week. Thursday hit hard. My sister called. Upset, stuck in her own storm. Normally, I'd jump in, fix it, stress over it. This time, I listened. Really listened. I breathed while she talked, stayed present. I just need you here, she said. I was fully. Later, I sat, reflecting. Zen teachings call this compassionate awareness, seeing pain without drowning in it. I sent her a text. Breathe with me tomorrow? She laughed, agreed. Ever helped someone by just being there? It's enough, sometimes. Friday, I faced a deadline crunch. Code broke again. Clock ticking, pressure mounting. I could have crumbled. Old habits lingered. Instead, I paused, walked to the window, watched rain streak the glass. A Buddhist prayer rose. This too shall pass. It did. I sat, breathed, returned to my desk. Fixed it step by step. Zen isn't about avoiding chaos. It's about moving through it. Ever noticed how a storm feels less heavy when you stop fighting it? That's the shift I found. By Saturday, I crave more. I dug into Zen stories, simple tales, deep roots. One stuck. A monk asks, how do I find peace? His teacher replies, stop chasing it. Chasing it. That was me. Apps, hacks, quick fixes. Sitting that morning, I stopped. Let my breath lead. Thoughts drifted. Work, laundry, that tire. I didn't grab them. They floated off. The Buddha said, letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. Freedom in chaos? Yeah, I felt it creeping in. Sunday, I took it outside. Walked to a park. Sat under a tree. Rain finally gone. Kids ran by. Dogs barked. Wind rustled leaves. I closed my eyes. Felt it all. Cool grass. My steady breath. A Buddhist prayer hummed. I am here. I am enough. Enough. Not perfect. Not fixed. Just here. 7 days had stretched into more, and I wasn't the same. Zen teachings didn't erase my life's mess. They showed me it's not the mess that matters. It's how I hold it. Let's circle back. Your chaos. Work. Family. That endless to-do list. What if it's not the enemy? What if it's the path? Try this. Next time stress hits, don't run. Sit for 1 minute. Feel your breath. Name one thing you see. A pen, a window. Let it be. That's the Zen I stumbled into. Not a cure, but a companion. 7 days sparked it. Every day since refines it. You've got this too, right now in you. Think about that for a second. Chaos isn't just outside. It's in us, too. That Monday tire fiasco? It wasn't the tire that rattled me. It was my old habit of spinning out. Zen teachings nudged me to see that. I started asking, what if I met every hiccup this way? Flat tires, missed deadlines, burnt toast. What if I breathed through them all? So I tested it. Tuesday, my coffee maker broke. No caffeine, 8 a.m. fog. I sat, felt the frustration bubble, let it drift. Made tea instead. Small win, big shift. Let's unpack this. Zen isn't about dodging life's mess. It's about dancing with it. That week, I kept sitting, kept watching. Wednesday, a coworker snapped at me. Stress, not personal, I knew. Old me would have snapped back or stewed all day. This time, I paused, breathed, felt my chest tighten then ease. A Buddhist prayer floated up. May I see clearly. I did. He was tired, I was fine. I let it go, smiled, moved on. Ever tried that? Letting someone's storm pass without jumping in? Thursday brought more. My sister and I breathed together. Over the phone, 4 seconds in, 4 out. She giggled. This is weird. Then, wait, it's nice. We talked after, calmer. I shared a Zen idea. The past is gone. The future isn't here. Only now exists. She sighed. I needed that. Later, I sat alone, picturing her storm softening. Compassion doesn't fix everything, but it holds space. Ever tried breathing with someone? It's quiet connection, no words needed. Friday's code crunch wasn't the end. Another bug popped up, same project, new headache. I could have cursed the universe. Instead, I walked outside, felt the drizzle on my face, breathed deep. A Buddhist prayer echoed. All is as it should be. Not perfect, just as it was. Back inside, I tackled it slow, steady. Fixed it by dusk. Zen teachings say, act without forcing. I wasn't forcing anymore. I was flowing. Ever felt that? Work turning into a rhythm, not a fight? Saturday's Zen story stuck with me. Another one. A farmer loses his horse. Villagers mourn. Maybe, he says. It returns with more horses. Joy. Maybe, he shrugs. His son breaks a leg riding. Tragedy. Maybe, he nods. War comes. His son spared. Point. Good. Bad. It's just life unfolding. Sitting that day, I saw my week that way. Tires, code, calls. Not disasters or wins, just moments. Ever tried seeing your day as maybe? It lightens the load. Sunday's park sit grew into a habit. I brought a notebook, jotted what I noticed, wind on my skin, a squirrel darting by, my breath steady. A Buddhist prayer settled in. This is enough. I wrote that too. Enough didn't mean done. It meant here, now, okay. Back home, I sat again, felt the couch, the quiet. 7 days had sparked this, but it wasn't about 7 days. It was about every day after. Zen teachings don't end. They deepen. Ever journaled a moment? It roots you. Let's try another practice. Grab a pen. Write one thing you see. Your shoe. A lamp. Now, one sound. A clock. The wind. Add one feeling. Your breath. Your pulse. Take 10 seconds. Feel them all. That's it. That's Zen in your hands. Small. Real. Yours. The Buddha said, in seeing, just see. In hearing, just hear. No fuss. No chase. Just this. How's that feel? Simple, right? That's the beauty. Calm hides in plain sight. Back to my story. That week stretched me. Flat tires to family calls, code bugs to quiet parks. Each snag could have sunk me. Instead, I sat, breathed, saw. Zenteachings didn't make life perfect. They made it bearable, even beautiful. Monday's rain wasn't a curse. It was just rain. Friday's bug wasn't failure. It was a puzzle. Sunday's tree wasn't escape. It was home. Ever flipped your chaos that way? Seeing it as it is, not what it should be. Here's a challenge. Today, pick one mess: spilled milk, a late bus, a tough call. Don't fight it. Sit with it 1 minute. Feel your breath. Notice one detail: the smell, the sound. Let it pass. That's the Zen I found. Not out there, in books or retreats, but in me, in 7 days, in every day since. You've got it too. Right now. Try it. Chaos won't vanish, but it won't own you either. That's the secret. Calm in the storm. That first week was just the spark. Life kept throwing curves. Monday rolled in, and my inbox exploded again. 50 unread emails, urgent flags everywhere. Old me would have dived in, heart racing, coffee shaking in my hand. This time I sat first. 10 minutes, eyes closed, breath steady. Thoughts buzzed, deadlines, replies, that meeting at noon. I didn't fight them. I watched them drift like leaves on water. Then I opened my laptop, tackled one email at a time. Chaos didn't shrink, but I did, smaller, quieter, in control. Zenteachings call this beginner's mind, facing each mess fresh. Tuesday, I hit a wall. A friend canceled plans last minute. Flaky, again. Irritation flared. I felt it in my jaw, my clenched fists. I could have texted a snarky reply, let it fester. Instead, I walked to my window, watched cars blur by, breathed slow, 4 in, 4 out. A Buddhist prayer slipped in. May I let go of what I cannot hold. I did. No text, no grudge. Later, he called, apologized. I listened, smiled. Ever dropped a fight before it started? It's lighter than winning. Wednesday tested me harder. A storm knocked out power, dark apartment, dead Wi-Fi, work stalled. Panic edged in. I had code due tomorrow. I lit a candle, sat on the floor, felt my breath rise, fall. Thoughts swirled, lost hours, angry clients. I let them pass. Zen Master Suzuki said, "You're perfect, and there's room to grow." Perfect? With no power? Yeah, perfectly here. Power returned by midnight. I finished calm. Ever sat through a blackout without losing it? Chaos bends when you don't. Thursday, I shared this. A coworker, frazzled, bags under her eyes, asked, "How are you so chill?" I laughed, handed her my trick. Sit. Breathe. Watch. She tried it. 5 minutes by the break room window. Weird, she said, then grinned. But good. I added a Buddhist prayer. May I be still amid the rush. She nodded, scribbled it down. Later, she emailed. Tried it again. Works. Zen teachings spread like that. Small ripples, real change. Ever taught someone calm? It doubles yours. Friday, I went deeper. Rain tapped my roof all day. I sat longer, 20 minutes, no clock. Thoughts drifted to old regrets, missed chances, sharp words. Normally, I'd shove them down or drown in them. This time, I watched them float, like raindrops on glass. The Buddha said, "You only lose what you cling to." Cling? I'd clung to guilt for years. Sitting there, I let it drip away. Done. Ever let an old hurt go? It's not erasure, it's release. Saturday, I took it outside again. Walked to that park, sat by a pond, watched ducks glide. A kid nearby screamed, tantrum, full blast. Old me would have tensed, judged the parents. Now, I breathed, heard it as sound, not noise. A Buddhist prayer rose. All is as it is. That scream wasn't mine to fix. I smiled, watched the ducks. Chaos isn't personal, it just is. Ever let someone else's storm slide by? It's freedom, right there. Sunday, I reflected. 2 weeks in, and Zen wasn't a trick, it was a lens. My apartment still cluttered, inbox still full, life still loud. But I wasn't loud inside. Sitting that morning, I felt my breath, the cool floor, a distant siren. The Buddha said, peace comes from within, do not seek it without. I got it now, not fixing chaos, but finding calm in it. Ever noticed how quiet you can be, even in a storm? That's the shift. Let's try this together. Wherever you are, sit up. Feel your feet flat, your back straight, your breath moving, slow, easy. Notice one thing, a shadow, a hum, your heartbeat. Don't name it good or bad, just see it. Take 5 breaths, count them if you like. Done? That's Zen, stripped down yours. Zen teachings don't demand hours, they fit in seconds. How's that feel? Simple, yeah? Calm's closer than you think. Back to my week. Monday again, new mess. My boss piled on another project, due Wednesday. Old panic twitched, but I sat first. 15 minutes, breath in, out. Thoughts raced, impossible, unfair. I watched them fade. Then I planned, steady, clear. By Tuesday night, half done. Zen teachings say, do one thing at a time. I did. No rush, no crash. Ever cut a mountain into steps? It's climbable that way. Tuesday I stumbled. Burnt my dinner, smoke, charred pan, takeout again. Frustration spiked. I nearly yelled at nothing. Then I stopped, sat at my table, breathed through it. A Buddhist prayer hummed. This moment is enough. Enough? With a burnt mess? Yeah, enough to laugh at. I ordered pizza, let it go. Chaos doesn't need a fight, it needs a pause. Ever laughed at your own mess? It's Zen sneaking in. Wednesday, I finished that project. Submitted it, no fuss. A coworker asked, how? I said, breathe first, work second. He smirked, tried it, 10 breaths at his desk. Huh, he muttered. That's something. I shared another Buddhist prayer. May I act with ease. Ease, not perfection. He nodded, kept it. Zen teachings aren't rules, they're invitations. Ever worked smoother after a pause? That's the trick. Thursday, I hit a low. A friend's call, bad news, tears. My chest tightened. I wanted to fix it, couldn't. I sat, felt the weight, breathed with it. Thoughts churned. Why her, why now? I let them drift. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh said, to be is to interbe. Her pain touched mine, but didn't sink me. I called back, listened, stayed. Ever held space without breaking? It's hard, but it's real. Friday I rebounded. Rain stopped. I walked outside, felt sun on my face. Sat by that pond again, watched ripples spread. A Buddhist prayer settled. I am here now. Simple, deep. Work waited, life buzzed, but I was here, breathing, alive. Zen teachings don't erase the grind, they ground you in it. Ever felt alive in a quiet moment? That's the gift. Saturday, I shared again. My sister texted, still breathing? I grinned, sent, yep, you. She replied, trying. Helps. I sat, pictured her across town, breathing too. Zen teachings ripple out. Calm begets calm. Later, I walked, felt each step, the air, the hum of life. The Buddha said, each step is peace. I felt it, small, steady peace. Ever spread calm like that? It grows. Sunday capped it. Sat longer, 30 minutes, no rush. Thoughts wandered. Work, friends, that burnt pan. I watched, let them pass. A Buddhist prayer closed it. May I rest in this. Rest, not win, not fix. 2 weeks of chaos, and I rested in it. Zen didn't solve my life. It softened it. You can too. Sit now. Breathe. Rest. That's the Zen I found. 7 days in, every day on. That's the Zen I found. 7 days in, every day on. Monday came again, relentless, spilled coffee on my desk, a missed call from my landlord. Chaos didn't pause, but I did. Sat there, felt the damp paper towel in my hand, breathed slow. Thoughts jabbed. Late rent, ruined notes. I let them slide. A Buddhist prayer whispered, this too is enough. Enough? With a mess? Yeah, enough to clean up, call back, keep going. Zen teachings don't wipe the slate, they steady your hand. Ever mopped up a spill without cursing? It's small, but it's peace. Tuesday, I pushed it further. Traffic snarled my commute. Honking, exhaust, a clock ticking toward late. Old me would have gripped the wheel, fumed. This time, I turned off the radio, breathed with the stoplights. Red, green, red. A Zen story surfaced. A monk walks through mud, smiles. Why? It's just mud. I smiled too. Traffic's just traffic. Got to work, unshaken. Ever turned a jam into a breather? Chaos loses its teeth when you do. Wednesday, I faced a mirror. Sat longer, 25 minutes, watching thoughts I'd dodged. Old fights, what ifs. That time I snapped at mom. They stung, sharp as ever. I didn't flinch. I breathed, let them drift like smoke. The Buddha said, "What you resist, persists." Resist? I'd wrestled those ghosts for years. This time I stopped. They faded, softer. Ever faced a memory without a fight? It's not fixing, it's freeing. Thursday, life piled on. A deadline shifted, earlier, tighter. My stomach nodded. I felt the clock's glare. I stepped outside, sat on a curb, watched ants march by. 5 breaths slow. A Buddhist prayer rose. May I flow with what is. Flow. With a crunch? Yeah, I went back, chipped away, made it. Zen teachings say, the task is the teacher. That deadline taught me calm. Ever let a rush slow you down? It's counterintuitive, but it works. Friday I shared more. A barista, rushed, spilling cups, muttered, "Sorry, crazy day." I grinned, said, "Breathe with me, 3 seconds." She laughed, tried it, eased up. "Thanks," she said, handing me coffee. I left her a Buddhist prayer on a napkin. Peace in every breath. Later, I sat, pictured her day softening. Zen teachings spread quiet like that, 1 breath at a time. Ever tipped calm instead of cash? It's richer. Saturday, I tested limits. Walked a busy street. Horns, chatter, a dog yapping. Old me would have sped up, tuned out. Now, I slowed, felt my feet hit pavement, breathed with each step. A Buddhist prayer hummed. I am home in this. Home. In noise. Yeah, home in me. I smiled at the dog, kept walking. Chaos isn't the enemy, it's the ground. Ever walked through bustle and felt still? That's Zen, hiding in motion. Sunday, I deepened it. Sat 35 minutes, no plan, just breath, the hum of my fridge, a bird outside. Thoughts roamed. Work, that coffee spill, tomorrow's list. I watched, let them float. The Buddha said, the mind is a guest house. Let all come and go. All, even the loud ones. Yeah, I greeted them, waved goodbye. Calm state. Ever hosted your thoughts without a fight? It's rest, pure and simple. Let's do one more together. Right now, stand up, feel your legs, your weight shifting. Take 3 steps, slow. Notice your heel, your toes, the floor. Breathe with each one. Here's something, a clock, a car. Let it be. That's it. Zen in motion. Zen teachings don't need a cushion. They live in your stride. How's that? Easy, right? Peace isn't far. It's underfoot. Back to my week. Monday again, new curve. A friend forgot my birthday. Ouch, quiet sting. Old me would have sulked, tallied slights. I sat instead, felt the ache, breathed it out. A Buddhist prayer settled. May I hold this lightly. Lightly? With hurt. Yeah, I texted. No worries, love you. She called, laughed. I'm a mess. We talked, healed. Zen teachings don't dodge pain. They soften its grip. Ever let a slight slip by? It's lighter than you'd guess. Tuesday, I wrapped it. Sat with a notebook, wrote what Zen gave me. Breath, pause, a lens for chaos. 2 weeks stretched into more, not perfect, not fixed, just softer. The Buddha said, in this moment, you are free. Free? With spills, traffic, hurt? Yeah, free to breathe, to be. I closed the book, smiled. Zen didn't end my chaos. It ended my war with it. You've got this too, right here, right now. After 2 weeks, Zen had shifted from a faint spark into a steady, comforting glow within me. Monday crashed in with a jolt. My phone died abruptly mid-call, leaving a client shouting on the other end unheard. Old habits would have kicked in fast. I'd have cursed technology, spiraled into a frantic, why-me loop. Instead, I settled onto my couch, felt the stillness wrap around me, and took slow breaths. 5 seconds in, 5 out. Thoughts jabbed at me sharply. Lost deal, rotten luck, but I let them drift away like clouds. A Buddhist prayer rose gently in my mind. What is here? simply is nothing more. Just a dead battery, I realized, not my entire existence crumbling. I plugged it in, called back later, and smoothed things over calmly. Zen teachings don't erase glitches. They teach you to loosen your desperate grip. Have you ever let a tech failure slide without a meltdown? Tuesday stretched my practice further into the messy edges of daily life. Rain drenched my shoes on the commute. Squelching steps echoed. Cold seeped into my toes uncomfortably. Irritation twitched inside me. I could have grumbled bitterly all day long about the weather. But I paused under a shop awning, breathed in sync with the downpour, felt the soggy socks fully. A Zen koan floated up quietly. The sound of rain needs no translation, no explanation. Just rain falling. Wet, simple, unjudged. I smiled at the splash against pavement. Chaos isn't the weather itself, I saw. It's the fight we wage against it. Have you ever found a strange peace standing in a puddle? Wednesday invited me to dig deeper into my quieter corners. I sat for 20 minutes. No rush, breath flowing steady, room hushed around me like a blanket. Thoughts wandered toward a friend I'd lost touch with. Years slipped by, guilt lingered heavy. Old me would have buried it deep or overanalyzed every missed chance endlessly. This time, I watched the regret rise and fall gently, like waves lapping ashore. The Buddha's words echoed softly. No clinging means no suffering to carry forward. I'd held that weight tight for too long. Now I let it slip away. I texted her, "Hey, it's been a while. How are you?" She wrote back quickly, "Missed you. Let's catch up." Zen doesn't rewrite your past. It softens the jagged edges gently. Have you reached out to someone without carrying old burdens? Thursday turned up the volume. Chaos roared louder than before. A coworker quit out of the blue, sudden, messy, dumping double work onto my already full desk. Panic flared hot in my chest. Papers swallowed my workspace like a flood. I stepped outside to a park bench, breathed with the wind, for seconds in, for out, feeling it cool me. A Buddhist prayer settled over me. May I meet this moment exactly as it arrives. Not fix it, not control it, just meet it as is, I thought. I returned inside, sorted one page at a time, finished by dusk. Zenteachings whisper. The mountain is only a mountain, nothing more. That workload was just work, not a collapse of my world. Have you ever faced a towering pile without breaking apart? Friday brought a chance to share this quiet strength again. My neighbor, a frazzled mom with a toddler screaming nonstop, sighed. "I'm losing my mind today." I offered gently. "Try this with me. 3 slow breaths. Just feel them." She closed her eyes, breathed deeply, then laughed. "He's still loud, but I'm not exploding anymore." I scribbled a Buddhist prayer on a sticky note. Calm lives within every single breath you take. Later, I sat alone, pictured her chaos softening bit by bit. Zen spreads like ripples. One pause touches another life quietly. Have you ever calmed a storm in someone else's day nearby? Saturday pulled me outdoors to test this in the wild. I walked to a riverbank, sat watching water flow, steady, unhurried, while a car alarm blared shrill and endless nearby. Old me would have tensed up fast, cursed the noise disrupting my peace. Now, I breathed slow, let the sound weave into the river's gentle hum naturally. A Buddhist prayer rose. All sounds blend into one sound, nothing separate, just life ringing out, I thought, not my enemy to silence. I stayed there, watched the current glide past undisturbed. Chaos isn't the alarm. It's the resistance we build against it. Have you ever heard unexpected peace in a loud racket? Sunday offered time to reflect on 3 weeks of this journey. Zen wasn't a quick tool anymore. It had become a way of seeing everything. My phone still died sometimes. Rain still fell hard. Work still stacked up high. But I didn't stack stress inside myself. I sat for 30 minutes, felt my breath, the chair beneath me, a dog barking faintly down the street. The Buddha taught, in the seeing, just see, don't judge or fix it. Chaos wasn't my foe. It mirrored me, showed me where to soften. I smiled at the mess instead of fighting it. Have you ever looked at your own chaos and felt a quiet grin? Let's try something simple together right now. wherever you are. Close your eyes gently. Feel your breath moving soft and easy through you. Don't force it. Pick one sound to notice: a fan humming, a voice drifting, your pulse tapping faintly. Don't label it loud or quiet. Just hear it as it is, nothing more. Take 4 slow breaths. Let them settle into your bones naturally. Open your eyes when you're ready. That's Zen, raw and real, fully yours. It doesn't need a retreat. It fits right into your chair or your moment. How does that feel to you? Simple enough, right? Monday rolled back around with a fresh twist to test me. A package I'd ordered got lost. Hours on hold with customer service yielded no answers. Old me would have raged loud, blamed the universe for every delay and glitch. I sat instead, felt my jaw unclench slowly, breathed through the awful hold music. 6 seconds in, 6 out. Thoughts hissed at me. Wasted time, terrible service, but I let them float off like smoke. A Buddhist prayer hummed low. This is the only moment that exists right now. Even on hold, I thought, this, too, is it. I hung up, reordered calmly, moved on with my day. Zen doesn't find your lost stuff. It finds your steady peace. Tuesday caught me off guard. I overslept badly, alarm silent. A meeting loomed in 20 minutes. My heart raced. I tripped over shoes in a panic. Then I stopped cold, sat on the bed's edge, took 5 quick breaths to steady myself. A Buddhist prayer slipped in soft. Now is all there is, nothing else matters. Late and messy as it was, this was now. I dressed fast, ran, made it sweaty but present. Chaos doesn't wait for you, but you can pause right in its rush. Have you ever rushed somewhere yet felt an odd stillness inside? Wednesday let me rebuild after that stumble. I finished a report. Late nights, cold coffee, but I submitted it. My boss nodded. Good work, solid effort. Old me would have chased more praise or stressed about the next task immediately. I sat instead, felt my breath flow, heard the chair creak under me quietly. A Buddhist prayer settled in. Enough is enough. Nothing more is needed here. Just this moment was plenty. I smiled, sipped the cold brew without a fuss. Zen doesn't chase victories. It roots you deep in the now. 3 weeks deep, Zen had woven itself quietly into my days, a steady thread through chaos. Monday slammed in hard. A pipe burst at home, water pooling fast across my kitchen floor. Old me would have panicked instantly, yelling, scrambling, cursing the mess in a frantic blur. This time, I stood still for a moment, felt the cold splash on my feet, breathed slow, 6 seconds in, 6 out. Thoughts rushed at me, ruined rugs, repair costs, but I let them slip away like ripples. A Buddhist prayer rose softly. This moment is as it must be, nothing else. Just water, I thought, not my whole world drowning in disaster. I grabbed a mop, called a plumber, handled it step by step. Zenteachings don't stop floods. They steady your hands amid the storm. Have you ever faced a mess without losing your cool entirely? Tuesday stretched my calm into sharper corners of daily life's grind. A flat tire hit me mid-commute, stranded, late, cars honking past in a relentless stream. Irritation flared hot in my chest. I could have kicked the wheel, raged at bad luck piling on. Instead, I leaned against the car, breathed with the traffic noise, 5 seconds in, 5 out, feeling the grit underfoot. A Zen saying drifted up. The obstacle is the path, not the enemy to fight. Just a tire, I realized, not a curse from the universe against me. I called for help, waited, watched clouds shift overhead without a fuss. Chaos isn't the delay, it's the war we wage inside it. Have you ever found peace stranded on a roadside somewhere? Wednesday carved out space for something deeper, a quiet pause amid the rush. I sat for 25 minutes. No hurry. Breath flowing even, the room still except for a clock ticking faintly. Thoughts turned to my dad, his gruff voice, old arguments, years since we'd really talked openly. Old me would have shoved it down or spun guilt into knots endlessly. This time, I let the memories rise and fall gently, like leaves on a slow breeze. The Buddha taught, what you release ceases to bind you tight. I'd clung to that distance too long. Now I dialed his number, said, "Hey, how's it going?" He chuckled. About time, kid. Good to hear you. Zen doesn't heal old wounds. It loosens their grip on your heart. Have you ever called someone with no weight on your shoulders? Thursday piled chaos high. Worked through a curveball I couldn't dodge easily. A project crashed, data lost, deadline looming. My screen blinked blank, a silent taunt of failure. Panic clawed at my throat. I could have slammed the desk, spiraled into blame and stress. I stepped outside instead, sat on the steps, breathed with the rustling leaves, for seconds in, for out, feeling the air cool my face. A Buddhist prayer settled in. May I rest in what is, without forcing change. Just a glitch, I thought, not the end of my worth or effort. I rebooted, salvaged what I could, met the deadline by nightfall. Zenteachings say, the storm is just the storm, nothing more. Have you ever faced a crash without breaking apart yourself? Friday gave me a chance to share this stillness with someone else again. A cashier, rushed, dropping change, flustered, muttered, sorry, it's a mess today, can't keep up. I smiled gently, said, take 3 breaths with me, slow, right here, now. She hesitated, then breathed, her shoulders easing as she exhaled softly. Wow, that's weirdly good, she said, handing me my bag with a grin. I left a Buddhist prayer on the receipt. Peace waits in every breath you choose to take. Later, I sat alone, pictured her day softening just a little bit. Zen ripples outward. One shared pause can shift another's storm. Have you ever passed calm to a stranger in a hurry? Saturday drew me outside again, testing this in the raw pulse of life. I walked a crowded market, vendors shouting, bags rustling, a baby wailing loud nearby in the bustle. Old me would have tensed up fast, hurried through, annoyed by the clamor everywhere. Now, I slowed my steps deliberately, breathed with the chaos. 5 seconds in, 5 out, felt my feet on uneven ground. A Buddhist prayer hummed low. All this is one moment, nothing to push away, just life unfolding, I thought, not a battle to win or escape from. I smiled at a vendor, bought an apple, savored its crunch. Chaos isn't the crowd, it's the rush we add to it. Have you ever felt still in a noisy swarm around you? Sunday wrapped the week with a long, grounding sit, 40 minutes of quiet. No plan, just breath flowing, the hum of a distant lawnmower, sunlight slanting through my window softly. Thoughts wandered wide. Work, that pipe burst, Dad's laugh on the phone yesterday. I watched them drift past, light as dust in the air, no need to hold or fight them. The Buddhist said, let all come and go, your peace stays untouched. Even the loud stuff, I thought, greet it, let it leave, stay steady. Calm held me like an old friend, solid and sure. Zen didn't erase my week. It lit every corner with ease. Have you ever sat with your mess and felt fully at home? Let's try this together now, right where you stand or sit today. Stand up slow, feel your legs root down, your breath rise and fall easy. Don't rush it. Take 5 steps forward, deliberate. Notice your heel touch, your toes lift, the floor beneath you. Breathe with each one, soft and steady. Hear the world hum around without judging it. That's Zen, alive in your stride. No cushion or temple needed anywhere. How does it feel? Simple, grounded, yours in this moment. Peace isn't hiding. It's walking with you right here, right now. Monday swung back with a fresh jolt to test my roots again. My laptop froze mid-email, screen locked, work stalled, a silent brick mocking my morning. Old me would have cursed loud, banged keys, let frustration boil over fast and hot. I sat back instead, felt my breath settle slow, 6 seconds in, 6 out, watched the blank screen without a fight. A Buddhist prayer whispered, what's here is enough, even this stubborn glitch. Just a freeze, I thought, not my whole day or value crashing down. I restarted it, picked up where I left off, no fuss. Zen doesn't fix machines, it fixes your lens on them. Have you ever stared down a freeze without boiling inside? Tuesday tripped me up, a small stumble in the calm I'd built so far. I burned toast, smoke curling, alarm shrieking, kitchen a haze of charred crumbs everywhere. Anger spiked sharp. I nearly swore at the toaster. The day, myself for spacing out. Then I stopped cold, sat at the table, breathed through the sting. 5 seconds in, 5 out, smelling the burnt mess. A Buddhist prayer slid in. This too is now. Nothing more, nothing less. Just toast gone wrong, I thought. Not a sign of my ruin or failure. I laughed, scraped the pan, started over with a grin. Chaos doesn't need your fight. It needs your pause to breathe. Have you ever chuckled at your own smoke cloud? Wednesday steadied me again. I finished a task I'd dreaded for weeks. A presentation, slides done, notes tight, delivered it smooth, got a nice job from the team quietly. Old me would have chased more applause, worried about flaws, raced to the next worry fast. I sat instead, felt my breath flow even, heard the room hum after they left slowly. A Buddhist prayer settled deep. This is enough. Right here, no more is needed. Just this win was plenty. I smiled, let it sit without chasing more. Zen doesn't push for bigger, it roots you in what's already here. For weeks in, Zen wasn't just a thread, it was the fabric of my days now. Monday struck fast. A friend canceled dinner plans last minute, leaving me staring at an empty table alone. Old me would have stewed in disappointment, spun resentment into a quiet storm inside. This time, I sat still at the table, felt the wood under my palms, breathed slow, 6 seconds in, 6 out. Thoughts poked hard, flaky friends, wasted effort, but I let them drift off like smoke. A Buddhist prayer whispered low, what remains is what is, nothing more to hold. Just an empty chair, I thought, not a judgment on my worth or night. I cooked anyway, ate slow, savored the quiet instead of fighting it. Zenteachings don't fill your plans, they fill your peace amid the gaps. Have you ever turned a letdown into a calm meal alone? Tuesday pushed me further into the rough edges of routine chaos again. A power outage hit mid-work, screen black, deadline stalled, silence swallowing my apartment whole. Frustration twitched in my chest. I could have paced, cursed the dark, let panic spiral wild. Instead, I lit a candle, sat on the floor, breathed with the flicker, 5 seconds in, 5 out, feeling the cool tile. A Zen koan's surface soft. Darkness is just darkness. Why add fear to its shadow? Just a blackout, I thought, not a collapse of my entire day or purpose. I waited it out, worked by hand, finished when light returned steady. Chaos isn't the outage, it's the resistance we pile on top. Have you ever sat still in a blackout without losing your grip? Wednesday opened a door to something deeper, a pause that sank into my bones. I sat for 30 minutes, no rush, breath steady, room hushed, only a faint hum from the fridge nearby. Thoughts drifted to my old job, stressful years, sharp words, a burnout I'd never quite shaken off. Old me would have clenched at the memory, buried it deep or replayed every sting endlessly. This time, I watched it float up and fade, like mist off a morning lake gently. The Buddha said, what you don't grasp can't pull you under anymore. I'd gripped that past too tight. Now I let it go, felt lighter. I scribbled a note. Done carrying that load. Time to rest. Zen doesn't erase history. It cuts the chains that bind you to it. Have you ever dropped an old weight without a fight? Thursday stacked chaos high. Life threw a wrench I couldn't duck or dodge. My car wouldn't start, battery dead, late for a meeting, rain tapping the hood relentlessly. Panic flared sharp in my gut. I could have sworn, kicked the tire, let stress boil over fast. I leaned on the hood instead, breathed with the rain, 4 seconds in, 4 out, felt the drops on my hands. A Buddhist prayer settled in. May I stand in this as it unfolds, unbroken. Just a car, I thought, not my whole life stalling out in the wet. I called a tow, got a ride, made it work without a meltdown. Zen teachings say, the trouble is just trouble, nothing more. Have you ever faced a breakdown without breaking down yourself? Friday offered a chance to share this quiet strength with someone nearby again. A coworker, frazzled, juggling calls, papers sliding off her desk, groaned, I'm drowning here today. I said soft, pause with me. 3 breaths, slow, right now, just feel them. She sighed, tried it, her face softening as she exhaled slow and deep. "That's wild. It actually helps," she said, stacking her papers with a small grin. I left a Buddhist prayer on her notepad. Calm hides in every breath you take, always there. Later, I sat alone, pictured her storm easing bit by bit. Zen spreads like that. One shared pause lifts another's load. Have you ever handed calm to someone sinking in their own rush? Saturday pulled me outside again, into the raw hum of life's messy pulse. I walked a busy pier, gulls crying, waves crashing, tourists chattering loud in a constant swirl. Old me would have hurried through, tensed at the noise, wished for quiet I couldn't find. Now, I slowed my pace deliberate, breathed with the wind. 5 seconds in, 5 out, felt the salt air sting my face. A Buddhist prayer hummed low. All this is one sound, one moment, nothing separate, just life rolling. I thought, not a chaos to tame or escape from quick. I smiled at a gull, watched it soar, felt steady in the din. Chaos isn't the clamor, it's the fight we bring to it. Have you ever stood calm in a noisy tide around you? Sunday capped the week with a long sit. 45 minutes of pure stillness now. No agenda, just breath flowing, a dog barking faint down the street, sunlight warming my knees softly. Thoughts roamed wide. Work, that dead battery, my friend's voice from last week's call. I let them drift past, light as feathers on a breeze. No need to clutch or chase them. The Buddha taught, everything arrives and leaves. Your peace doesn't need to follow. Even the tough stuff, I thought. Welcome it. Wave goodbye, stay whole. Calm wrapped me tight, a steady anchor in the flux. Zen didn't solve my days. It softened every edge they carried. Have you ever sat with your chaos and felt it turn to home? Let's do this together now. Right where you are, no matter the mess or quiet. Sit up slow, feel your spine straight, your breath move easy. Don't push, just let it be there. Notice one thing close, a shadow shifting, a hum nearby, your hands resting soft and still. Don't call it good or bad. Just see it, breathe with it. 5 slow counts each way. That's Zen, stripped bare, alive in your moment. No temple required anywhere. How does it feel? Simple, rooted, yours in this small space. Peace isn't far off. It's sitting with you right here, right now. Monday swung in with a fresh twist to test this calm I'd grown into steady. A bill came, higher than expected, numbers glaring, budget stretched thin in an instant snap. Old me would have spiraled fast, cursed the mail, tallied every dime, let worry chew me up. I sat with it instead, felt the paper in my hands, breathed slow, 6 seconds in, 6 out, watched the numbers without a flinch. A Buddhist prayer rose quiet. This is what's here, enough to meet, not to drown in. Just a bill, I thought, not my whole life tipping over into ruin. I paid it, adjusted, moved on with no storm inside. Zen doesn't shrink your debts, it shrinks your fight with them. Have you ever faced a bill without letting it rattle you deep? Tuesday slipped a stumble into my stride, a small crack in the calm I'd built. I spilled coffee, hot, dark, soaking papers I'd worked hours on, a mess spreading fast. Anger flared quick in my throat. I nearly snapped, blamed the cup, the day, myself for clumsiness. Then I stopped sharp, sat at my desk, breathed through the stain. 5 seconds in, 5 out, smelling the bitter drip. A Buddhist prayer slid in. This moment is this moment. Nothing more, nothing less. Just coffee spilled. I thought, not a sign my day or worth was wrecked. I wiped it up, laughed soft, started over with a grin. Chaos doesn't need your rage. It needs your pause to settle. Have you ever smiled at a spill instead of cursing it loud? Wednesday righted me again. I finished a task that had loomed heavy for days. A report, data crunched, words polished, submitted clean, got a solid work from my boss quietly. Old me would have chased more praise, fretted flaws, jumped to the next worry fast. I sat instead, felt my breath even out, heard the chair creak soft under me slowly. A Buddhist prayer sank in. Enough is here. Nothing else needs to be added now. Just this was plenty. I smiled, let it rest without reaching further. Zen doesn't chase bigger wins. It grounds you in what's already yours. 7 days felt like a blink, yet they stretched my world wide open somehow. I started this with chaos clawing at me, deadlines, disappointments, a mind that wouldn't sit still. Now, I'm not a monk or a master, just a guy with a quieter pulse. Zen didn't erase my problems. It taught me to breathe through them instead. That friend who flaked? I called him yesterday. No grudge, just asked how he's holding up. The car battery's still dead, but I'm not. Life hums on, and I hum with it steady. Have you ever felt a storm pass without shaking you loose? This isn't about perfection. Zen doesn't promise a life without spills or stumbles. That coffee stain on my papers? It's still there, a faint brown ghost of Tuesday's mess. I see it now and grin. Not a failure, just a moment that happened, then left. The Buddha said, what arises passes, don't cling, don't push, just watch it go. I've stopped wrestling every glitch. I let them roll by like clouds across a wide sky. Chaos still knocks. Bills, noise, plans that fray, but it doesn't own me anymore. Have you ever looked at a stain and felt free? The breathing stuck deepest, those slow counts, in and out, a lifeline every day. I catch myself now, mid-meeting, stuck in traffic, even laughing with friends, pausing to feel the air move. 5 seconds in, 5 out, and the world steadies, just a little every time. A Buddhist prayer lingers soft. This breath is enough. Right here, right now, it holds me. I don't need a temple or a mat, just a corner, a chair, my lungs doing their quiet work. Zen's not a place. It's a habit I carry everywhere now. Have you ever found calm in a breath you didn't rush? Sharing it feels natural too, like passing a candle flame without burning out mine. That coworker I helped? She texts me now. 3 breaths save my morning. Thanks for that trick. I don't preach or push, just offer a pause when someone's drowning in their own rush. Yesterday, I sat with my niece, 6 years old, all giggles and tangles, taught her to breathe slow when she's mad. She tried it, wide-eyed, said, it's like magic, uncle. Zen spreads gentle like that. One breath ripples out, lifts another's weight. Have you ever lit someone's calm with your own? The past doesn't claw as hard either. Old jobs, old fights, old weights I hauled around. I sat last night, 40 minutes, just me and the hum of a streetlight outside my window. Memories floated up, sharp edges, voices I'd dodged for years. They drifted off light as dust. The Buddha taught, let go, and what's left is yours to keep. Peace, not pain. I'm not erasing history. I'm just not its prisoner anymore. A note on my desk reads, free now, rest here. Zen didn't rewrite my story, it handed me the pen. Have you ever let an old hurt float away? Outside, the world still spins loud. Gulls scream, horns blare. Life doesn't slow for anyone. I walked that pier again today. Same bustle, same salt sting, same wild swirl of sound. Old me would have braced, hurried, wished it all quiet or gone. Now, I breathe with the wind, 6 seconds in, 6 out, feel my feet on the boards, steady. A Buddhist prayer hums low. This noise is life, nothing to tame, just to meet. I smiled at a kid chasing a gull, felt the chaos weave into something whole. Zen doesn't mute the roar, it tunes you to its rhythm. Have you ever danced with noise instead of running? Sitting still isn't a chore now. It's a gift I unwrap when the day winds down. Last night, I sat an hour, longest yet, dog barking faint, moonlight spilling soft across the floor. Thoughts came, work, tomorrow, a call I forgot to make. They slipped past, no grip, no pull. The Buddha said, sit, and the world sits with you, nothing to chase. Calm isn't loud or flashy. It's a quiet root sinking deep into every hour. Zen didn't fix my life. It made it mine, cracks and all. Have you ever sat so still the world felt like home? Try it now, one last time with me. Wherever you are, no rush or rules. Sit up easy, feel your spine lift, your breath roll in slow, 5 counts in, 5 out. Notice something small, a shadow, a sound, the weight of your hands resting soft. Don't judge it, don't fix it, just let it be there with you, simple. A Buddhist prayer whispers, here is enough, right now. This is all you need. That's Zen, stripped down, alive, yours in this heartbeat. How does it feel? This quiet, this close, this real. This week didn't solve everything. Bills still land, cars still break, friends still drift sometimes. But I'm not the guy who snapped, paced, or sank under it all anymore. Zen stays with me, not a cure, but a compass, pointing back to breath, to now, to peace. 7 days shifted my ground. The chaos didn't leave, but my fight with it did. I'm calmer, softer, here, and that's enough to keep going. What's enough for you? Right here, right now? 7 days slipped by soft, like petals falling slow from a cherry blossom branch. Chaos didn't vanish. Bills linger, cars stutter, life hums its restless tune around me still. But Zen wove a thread of peace through it all, steady and unshaken now. I breathe deeper, sit longer, watch the world spin without pulling me under anymore. That candle's glow on Tuesday, the rain's rhythm on Thursday. They whisper a truth I hold close. The Buddha said, peace isn't found. It's uncovered, right where you stand, always there. I'm not fixed or flawless, just quieter, softer, here in a way I wasn't before. This isn't my calm alone. It's yours too, waiting in your next slow breath. Picture it now. Sunlight spills gentle, a dog barks faint. Your hands rest easy as you pause. 5 seconds in, 5 out. Feel the stillness bloom. Simple, yours, no temple needed ever. Zen doesn't demand much, just a moment, a willingness to let chaos drift past light. It's a gift I've unwrapped, one I pass to you with an open, steady heart. If this touches you, let me know, drop a comment, share your quiet moment below. Like this if it eased you closer to peace, even just a whisper today. Share it with someone craving a pause, a breath, a chance to calm their storm. Calmheal is our small space for stillness. Subscribe, stay with me. Let's uncover more together. The noise won't stop, but we can. Right here, right now, in this gentle, shared stillness.